Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into bourbons under $30 that are actually worth your money. But before we get into that, please do me that favor, like, comment, and subscribe. That helps us out a ton, and we appreciate the support. But let's get into today's video. So today I'm talking about bourbons under $30 actually worth your money. And the reason I picked this topic is because, well, there's a boatload of bourbons under $30, especially nowadays with the bourbon boom. There's a lot of brands out there, and honestly, a lot of them aren't really worth the buy because there's something at that same price point that is way better for the same amount of money. So today I'm going over a list of 7 bourbons. There's going to be a few honorable mentions as well that I think are well worth the money, under $30. And to kick it right off with, we're going to front load the honorable mentions. And the only reason these are honorable mentions and not actually bottles I'm showing off is because I don't currently own a bottle for one reason or the other. And that is Old Forester 100 proof, that green screw top budget banger. I really love that. Early Times Bib. Early Times Bib is a really good offering. Not what it used to be, but still a really fantastic offering. And lastly, the third one, Knob Creek 100 proof. Knob Creek 9-year-old 100 proof. Another really great budget offering. I just, for one reason or the other, don't have one at the current moment. So let's get right into it. Woodford Reserve. Not the double oaked, just a standard Woodford Reserve. I really like this flavor profile. It's a brighter kind of rendition than Old Forester. Old Forester is a little bit nuttier, a little bit more intensified. This one is kind of like, I would say, that Old Forester 100 proof, that typical like kind of banana, banana sundae with a little bit of nuts, chocolate drizzle, but you added like a little bit of like a extra banana, a little bit more of like a sundae fruit, a little bit caramel, like something that's going to be a little bit brighter and a little bit lower in proof as well, because these are only 45.2% ABV compared to that 100 proof. A traditional size bottle of this is going to run you about $28-ish, so a little bit on like the edge of this budget we're going with, but I think it's a really great gem, and it kind of highlights one of the best bottles you can get for $30 in bourbon. Like it is a pinnacle of budget bourbon. Such a great bottle. And after that, another one that is in that same boat, Elijah Craig small batch. This one's about $25, and man, oh man, I think this might just be my favorite budget bourbon. I think this is the most reliable, consistent bourbon. A little bit on the nuttier side, but overall, I think this would be categorized as the most stereotypical bourbon. It has everything I want in a bourbon. It has spice, a little bit of floral, a little bit of pepperiness, some nice cherries, some nice fruitiness, a little bit of nuttiness, some nice sweetness. Like it is every stereotypical flavor profile or flavor you're going to get on a bourbon is in this bottle. This is probably the best beginners, hey, you're looking for it. I really like this. And this is also at 94 proof, so it's has a little bit more ass on it than your typical bourbon, and I really enjoy that because I really like proof myself, so it's just a bit more to intensify it a bit, but not so much where it overwhelms it at the same time. And after that one, we are going to get into one that is the definition of intense. Bad Mama Jamma that packs a huge punch. Old Granddad 114. And I guess in this specific case, you can fill this one in with Old Granddad 100 proof. That being said, between A being the two, I'm going Old Granddad 114. 114 proof Beam Juice. This is the most intense sub $30 bourbon out there that still packs a decent amount of flavor. It's a little bit more on the myopic side, as in it is mostly nutty, a little bit of fruit, and a little bit of a vanilla flavor profile. So it's not the most intense, complex whiskey, like you're not going pinkies up with this. You're getting slapped with 114 proof of like younger, nutty Beam Juice. It's good. It's not the greatest, but it's also $20. So what the heck do you expect for like $20-ish? And also I should add, it's $20 in Arizona, $22 here in Arizona where I can find it. So, I know some places it's more like 28, but hopefully it should be under $30 for you. Getting into probably the best value in all of budget bourbon, Wild Turkey 101. This stuff is fantastic. This is a nutty cherry pie, vanilla, and then it has a nice wallop of cinnamon. I really, really like the baking spice cinnamon like flavor profile, that cherry pie. Baking spices I get off of this stuff. This Wild Turkey, that's that typical flavor profile I'm getting off of Wild Turkey. I really, really like this, and I love that I can get this in my area for $19.99. So this is actually technically under $20 in most locations I can find it at here in Arizona, and it's 101 proof. Like, you're not getting the complexity you get off of this bottle at that price point, at that proof, anywhere else. That's why I think this is the best value in all of budget bourbon. I know it's not that same value in every single location out there, but for me it is, and I absolutely love that. That is probably my go-to budget bottle just because the value is freaking out of here. That and Elijah Craig are like my two go-to budget bangers. Like, they are just so freaking good, so good. And after that one, going into some Barton juice, 1792 small batch. This is nutty bananas, a little bit of cherry fruitness, and then some nice vanillas. Barton does a really, really good job with this, and this is another kind of more stereotypical bourbon. I'm not typically a huge Barton fanboy, but this stuff is really good. 93 proof as well. So just like that Elijah Craig, it has a little bit more proof than your average like budget bottle out there, but not so much where it's blowing you out of the mind like Old Granddad 114, where it's like it's super intense because of that proof. This is a little bit more casual, but still complex at the same time. I really like the cherry, the banana notes I get off of this, and it's such a great bottle for like $25-ish. And then moving on to one that might surprise you, Maker's Mark 46. Maker's Mark isn't on this list because I despise the normal traditional Maker's Mark. That being said, the 46 I really, really like because Maker's Mark is it's a vanilla custardy type whiskey. It's a wheated bourbon, so it's very on that lighter, brighter kind of vanilla custard, nice fruits, like kind of like a strawberry pound cake type thing. But the 46, they put French oak staves in it, so it adds this kind of pepperiness to the whiskey, and I really, really enjoy that because, I think the whole vanilla custardy flavor profile you get off of a lot of wheated bourbons can just be too overwhelming. It becomes too, saturated, and it becomes too, almost like soury vanilla, and it's just too much for me. I'm not a huge fan of it, but the 46, that peppery, stave finishing, really, really adds an extra dimension, and I find myself really, really liking it because of that. And last but definitely not least, probably the hardest to find on this list, but man, it's the Summer Porch Pounder. This thing disappears over the summer. Buffalo Trace. This Bad Mama Jamma is getting easier and easier to find, fortunately. It got a little bit difficult there for the last 2 years because, it's such a coveted brand. But this is just their traditional offering. $25. It's good. It's lighter. It's brighter. That's why I really like to gravitate it towards the summer. I'm not the biggest fan of it during the winter because I think it's a little lackluster. It's too vanilla, too crisp, bright, appley. But during the summer, I really, really like it when it's 100, 110 outside, and I want a bottle that I can just casually sip on. That's what I really, really like with this. Sometimes I even throw this Bad Mama Jamma in the freezer a little bit, so it's just cool, so you don't even need to put ice in it. You just neat pour a cold whiskey, even though that's not normally my jam. When it's super hot outside, sometimes that's just freaking nice. This was a list of my go-to budget bourbons under $30 that are actually worth your money. Did I miss some on this list? Yes, this isn't me saying these are the only budget bourbons under $30 that are worth your money, but these are the ones I know of. These are the ones that I think are at that personal value. So again, take that as you will. Please do me that favor, like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Let me know down below what you thought about this list, as well as what did I miss, or, what did you like that I added? Let me know down below. Also check out the Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. Links for that are all down there below as well. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.